joke. So go get some chocolate cake, turn up the radio. And please don't swipe us, please just like us. And do not knock us until you've tried us. Coming at you live from Robcast radio station. Or go directly into your imagination. So turn up the Robcast, here it goes. Robcast radio. Tell you a bedtime story, maybe even tuck you in, baby. Here it goes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and little maniacs all across the world, once again, it is time for Robcast. Coming at you live, uncut, and unrated from Robcast Radio. So here's Zombie, and here it goes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, idle minds are a devil's playground, and let me tell you something, the old Robcast is cheap therapy, so y'all are in trouble today. Before I get to my event and get to the premise of the Robcast today, let me just remind you that we always start off your show. By the way, it is your show. Later on, maybe I'll let you know how to follow. Whatevs. Figure it out on your own, fellas. Anyway, we always like to start off your show by saying, turn off the microphone first. Thank you, Flip. Did you? Okay. Sorry about that. We always like to start off your show by saying thank you to the Army, thank you to the Navy, thank you to the Air Force, and thank you, Marines, for doing what you bad motherfuckers do to keep our country free. So thank you for your service, past, present, and future. Also, back the blue, thank you to all the police officers out there, especially right now with the motorcycle rally going on and everything. 400,000 motorcycles in Galveston, so they're all around right now. So thank you to all the police, back the badge. Thank you to the firefighters. Thank you also to the EMTs, all of the first responders, guys, because where we run away from danger, get out of here. These guys, you all are trained to run into it, and for that we give you, that's right, respect. So let me turn off the old Flip. Yeah, thanks, Flip. Turn off the old PA system, get that buzzing out of our ears, because what we thought we'd do today is bring you a review. What we're going to do is a movie, an old school movie, guys, that haven't looked at my stories, haven't looked at these old stories for a while, so yeah, we're going to put on, matter of fact, let's go ahead and get it rocking. Fire that up, fire it up, Flip. That is too cool. Producer has the old school VHS player set up into a mirror to where whenever he hits the remote, it plays in the other room. It's pretty cool. Anyway, it's not modern technology there. That's just called ingenuity. Oh, that's too loud. Hold on, guys. Let me turn that down, and we'll be right back.
End up on the streets and in the back alleys of our nation's cities.
Let's just hear it. Let's see if you guys can hear that.
Searching for a place to turn a trick.
Oh, okay. The very first thing on here is a skateboard, a commercial for Vans. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do, what we'll do here is I'm just gonna go over what's crackulating in the interweb world. But what we thought we might do is my stomach's growling. Okay, so I thought Slim Fast. It's protein shake. It's already pre-bottled. It's not. I mean, I guess it's better than not eating breakfast or lunch. That's what I'm thinking. The last time I tried a Slim Fast shake, it was in a can, So that dates myself, A. And B, who knows? Is it any good? Is it good for you? We're going to read the label. I'm going to try one of these new shakes, these new Slim Fast shakes out. Why? Because I should have that instead of something else that's worse for lunch. And are going to watch the 1999 release, right? Okay, of Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and we're going to just talk some cash shit about it. So sit back, you can go ahead and queue up Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and like I say, I don't want to get, I don't want to get this audio pulled off of YouTube or anything, so the audio that we're listening to, you cannot necessarily hear it all. I mean, a tagline or something like that, I'm sure is okay, but whenever the show is gauging itself in thousands of listeners, then we do not want who's this movie company? Well, Universal. Yeah, fuck that, man. We got to just show nothing but respect for Universal and not put any other stuff out here that we shouldn't. You hear me? I'm saying. So the point of that is that we're not going to have the background. Like, let's say back in the day when podcasting first came out, I would probably put the movie on full blast, and we would all listen to it and talk about it. And then the difference between then and now is that back then, maybe 8 people would listen to it, okay? And now, I think we're up to like 30 different states. And thank you very much for tuning in to Robcast, which we did call it Robcast Live, and I thought that we're just going to call it Robcast because we're basically going to focus all of our energy at Robcast Radio at the point in time, and we're just going to call it Robcast. Call it whatever you want, just don't call us late to dinner. So while we're sitting here talking about it, we got always on the old VHSs, guys, we always have a bunch of Mercury Rising, the Boxer, Half Baked. We've got a bunch of different previews for what's happening. I guess what's going on at Universal whenever they release this, which is kind of cool. It's a VHS cassette, and I happen to have had it's still old school, but it's a Panasonic dual VHS/DVD player, and so rock and roll Fast Times at Ridgemont High it actually came out, guys, in 1982. So it dates itself, but just I caught the first 5 minutes of it, and I said, "Look, Flip, let's just throw Fast Times on. We'll check out the sound equipment. We'll review Slim Fast, and for reasons people, I mean, if you're trying to text or call me personally." On the last show we talked about it, but the phone that I've got right now, it just freezes up. It's not doing anything now at this point in time. And being that I've had a lot on my plate as far as physical labor, trying to do about a month's worth of things from moving back into the casa, and it's looking very good, looking very nice, and I cannot complain. I had a hot shower in my own new garden bathtub last night, and it was beautiful. And say whatever you want to about it. It's ours, and it's nice. It's awesome. And thank you to everyone that had a part in making that happen. Orvonius Maximus, yeah, brother, the subfloor held through nicely, and rock and roll. It's rocking and rolling. And here we go. That's actually, I can't use that. Oh, no, we can't. Okay. All right, and it starts out with, we got the beat. And we're not going to use that as far as the audio goes on it. So let's crank that down, Flip. Give me some technical music. There we go. Alright, back in business. Let's press play and let's see where we are at. So, okay, getting back to the telephone issues. I'm still getting it. Okay, turn it down one more time, Flip. Sorry. Hold on, guys. Fuck it, I got it, Flip. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. There, now maybe we can hear it, Flip, and they can't.
think that's much better. All right, cool. All right, guys, so rock and roll. Here we go. And we can probably kill your microphone unless you want to get in on the conversation, brother. I know they're both. We need to code the. See, like I said, we'll get on here. We'll talk about fast times at Ridgemont High, 1982. Where were you? Were you in your mama's womb? And speaking of being in your mama's womb, I am super proud to announce that Delilah is here. Oh, what a beautiful day. That little one. We got to get to go see Delilah very soon, fellas. Once I can breathe and I have legal transportation, it should be any day now. Rock and roll. That's another blessing that we have to count. But what was... Oh, the telephone issue. So yeah, if you're trying to text or call, the old Motorola Maserati, a badass phone for its day, but it's outdated. And the good news is that the new one is on its way. Okay, yeah, grab that Slim Fast out of the freezer for me, Flip, so it's not frozen when I go to try to review it. Okay, so rock and roll. And we start out with some girls at the mall. Phoebe Cates is one of them that I just recognized right out of the gate. And I did notice, I wasn't watching at this point in time, but I did notice too that, like, hey, like, there's the girl from Night of the Comet. So there's an old cult classic you could go check out, Night of the Comet. So let's pause it for a minute. Let's talk about my phone for a second. Here we go. So the phone, it's frozen, it heats up, it gets really, really hot. I'm able to use it as a Wi-Fi hotspot and just leave it plugged in to the charger, because as soon as it unplugs from the charger, it heats up, the battery dies, and it goes off. Does not have an interchangeable battery, as you know. If you own a Maserati Droid, and again, wow, just to talk about how expensive new phones are. Respect. No wonder people get locked into their phone company for 2 years. We're in the wrong business, man. I need to open a cellular phone store, because that is crazy. Blessed to have Robcast Radio itself have sponsored a new phone. So thank you, Robcast Radio. Thank you, Robcast Radio, for letting my monkey ass here on the air. And yeah, so the phone, it's locking up. It's not allowing me to really do anything at all. It just freezes up, like, on any screen that it goes to. And if you try to press anything on the smart screen, it, like, you press it and wait. The other day I was like, press it and wait 10 seconds for something to happen. But you get frustrated, you know. Maybe 10 seconds goes by, so I'll press another icon and then press another icon, and then the phone does all three of them at once. So who knows? Who knows if the Wi-Fi's even... Actually, it looks like the Wi-Fi's working. So, it would tell me here at Spreaker Studio, Spreaker Podcast. If you don't have the app, download the Spreaker Podcast app for your phone. And that's right, go to where my information page is, where it says created by. Click on my name, Robert Cole, and that's where you can follow the show. It'll let you know anytime we put a show up. Let's say right now it's not saying we're going live so that we can chat and all that. However, it is in real time. It goes up immediately after I've recorded it. So let's say if the show is 47 minutes long, then it's going to be 47 minutes behind the time, or 50 minutes behind the time that I actually recorded it. So there we go. Like I say, if I waited until I was ready to do the show, we'd be waiting a long time. So we're going to bring you what we got, when we got it, and my stomach growling tells me to hit pause. Yeah, the Slim Fast still in the freezer, Flip. I'll get it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Got the old Slim Fast. What do y'all think? It says protein, creamy milk, chocolate, artificially flavored meal replacement shake.